Alright, so in this video, I'm going to teach you how to solve the Megaminx. But before learning how to solve this, you should know how to solve a 3x3, as there will be similar concepts that we're going to be borrowing from this puzzle onto here. So if you want tutorials, they're right there. So in the first step, we are going to be making a white cross or a star, technically. So this is actually the exact same as making a cross on the 3x3, just with one extra piece. So if you know how to solve a 3x3, I shouldn't have to explain this. You should know this already. And then the next step is to finish off that first layer, so basically just put in all the corners. Now this is the exact same as 3x3, i.e. so, let's see, this green and white, green, purple, we move on the white, green and purple, we put it here, and then we just do the algorithm that I taught in my tutorial. So basically how this kind of equates to a 3x3 is you have white, red, and blue, white, red, and blue, and then move it under here and then do that algorithm however many times until it's in. And then you just repeat that for all corners. So the next step is to put in these second layer edges. Now this is also the exact same as 3x3, just a little bit of a recap. We have purple and yellow, so we want to go to this purple and yellow side, and the front color is yellow, so we want to line it up here. And then we do kind of the algorithm, which is basically move it away, bring this side up, and then bring it back, put it back down, and then bring it here, then lift this spot up, insert, put back down. Kind of the same thing. And this is basically from my 3x3 tutorial again. So you just repeat that for all edges. So the next step is we are going to be building 5 chunks. Here. Okay, I'll explain what a chunk is first. So what a chunk is you want to solve one edge that is connected to one of these 5 centers. So green, red, blue, yellow, or purple. That's not currently solved. So let's do yellow, orange, because it has yellow on it. So we just solved that edge, pretty intuitive. And basically we have this, and then we just want to solve this corner and then this edge. So where's the yellow, purple, and orange corner? That's here. So we just move this here to the desired spot, and then we just keep doing the algorithm until it orients itself and it can be placed in like this. And then we need to find the purple orange edge, which is here. And then we just put it here and do the corresponding algorithm. So that's put this edge in here. And then there, this is a chunk. And we basically want to do that for all 5 chunks around the puzzle. So let's move on to this chunk. So we're going to need one of these edges, the light green and yellow, or light green and blue, we want the one that's closer to the chunk. So we want light green and yellow. So that's here. So we just solved this one like this, and now we need to solve the yellow, green, and blue corner. This should be easy if you know how to solve a 3x3. And then we obviously need to put in that edge, so that one's here, and we do this corresponding algorithm. Okay, now we have 2 chunks. Now you just want to repeat that process for 2 more. So you want to make 1, 2, 3, you want to make 4 chunks, and then the last chunk will be a little bit different. So I've done 1, 2, 3, 4 chunks, and here is the last chunk. So we can just go and solve actually either one of these. So let's solve this one, the light blue and green. We just solve that. So now if you want to solve this corner, we can't just move this corner here and do the corresponding algorithm, because that destroys this chunk and we don't want to destroy it. So what we have to do is we need to move this edge to here. So now essentially what we are doing is we want the corner to go here, and then once it's solved, we can just move it back. So if we just move it here, so then we can just do the algorithm, and now it's solved. And then, okay, now we need to put this edge here. So if it's like here, then you can just like move it out like this, and then we can just insert this here. And then once this is solved, we just put this back down, and that's how to do the final chunk. Now we have essentially more corner slots and edge slots, kind of like 3x3, kind of like this cross is all done. We have corners and edges to put in, so we can just put in the desired corner and then just put this in. Basically like a normal 3x3. So you can do it in whatever order you want technically. You can either do the corners first and the edges first, or you can do one kind of pair at a time. It's up to you. But keep going until you solved all of this, and then we go on to the last layer. So now this whole bit should be done, and now we're on to the last layer. So the first step of this last layer is we're going to be orienting all the edges. So we're kind of going to have like a star on top. So if you see on the top and you have 3 edges that are next to each other, and now this is kind of like the L case on 3x3, where I told you to put it like this, and then rotate here, and then turn the front clockwise, and then do kind of the reverse of the algorithm, not really, but like this, and then just undo that move, and you have a cross. So here you kind of want to do the same thing, rotate here, and then do this, rotate here, and then do this. And then you just want to undo that move. And there you go, you have a cross. Now if you have this kind of case where you have like 2 next to each other and one that's kind of opposite, then this is like the line case. So what you want to do for this is you kind of want to do the same thing, rotate here, and then just turn the front layer clockwise, and then do this thing but twice. And then undo that, and then you have cross. Well, in this case all the corners happen to also be yellow, but as you can see we have a cross. So you can't do the same thing here, and then again, and then undo that, and then there you go, we have a star. So if you have the case where there's only one edge oriented, then this is kind of like a dot case. So what you want to do is do the same thing, rotate here, and then do the same thing I've shown you earlier. And then you'll get a line. So now you just want to put a horizontal and then do this thing. So there you go, just put on the left and do the same thing. Oops, like that. And then you have a line, and then hold it like this, and then oops. And there you go, we have a cross. Now the next step is we want to align these pieces of the star. So basically we want to solve all the edge pieces. So the first case, essentially you just want to turn the top layer until you can get 2 pieces solved. If you can get all 5 solved, then that's perfect. But if you can only get 2, then that's alright. So keep turning, and so we see 2 of them, and they're next to each other. So if the 2 solved are next to each other, then put one on the front, put one on the left, and then do this algorithm, which if you actually look at these 2 pieces, it may be easier. So you basically just you move these up, and then move these out, put the side back down, and move them out, put the side back up, and then just bring this in like that. So that's the algorithm, and but it's not solved yet. These 3 aren't solved, so you just do that again. And now they are solved. Now here, if you turn the top and you can get 2 edges to be solved, but they're kind of almost opposite to each other, so these 2 are solved, then what you want to do is you want to put these on the front. Well, put both these on the front. The very front is not going to be solved, but just put this here. Now look at the back 2. One of these will be solved if you just do a single this or this. Now it's going to be this green one that goes here. So what you want to do is just solve it. Put this one here, and then just repeat the algorithm until this edge is solved. Then you'll have 2 next to each other, and then you can basically do the same thing as before when you have the 2 together. Okay, so we'll do this once, and there you go, it's solved. So now you can just do this, put one on the front, put one on the left, and you can just keep doing the algorithm until all the edges are solved. But if you keep turning the top, so this one's solved, turn the top, this one's solved, turn the top, that one is solved, and that one, you can only get 1 edge to solve every time you flick it, but 2 edges just never solve. So what you want to do is just do the algorithm from any angle, and that will give you a case that we know. So if we just turn the top, we get these two are opposite, kinda, so we can just do the same thing. We want to solve this one, put this one here until, spam the algorithm until this one solves. That one is solved, and then just do this. And now it's solved. So the next step is to orient all the corners, where we basically get all the ground tops. So if you remember from the 3x3, you should know what to do here. So basically, you just put one of the corners, one of the unsolved corners here, and then you do the algorithm however many times. Make sure to do this last move, and now it's oriented. Now we just turn the top, don't rotate, just turn the top. Alright, and now turn the top, and then do the same thing. And the corners are solved, oriented. So we can basically do the same thing here. We can just do the algorithm, and then twist the top to another unsolved corner, and then do the algorithm again. And there you go, the corners are all oriented. Final step is to solve the cube. So basically, after that last step, you can just do one move, and then I guarantee you your edges will be solved. Now, to do this, just to solve the corners, we already know how to do this. So on the 3x3, I'll show you again. We basically put an unsolved corner here. We do the algorithm 3 times. And then we look at this. This is the yellow, blue, and red. Remember that, blue and red. So we want to turn the top so the blue and red slot appears here. Then again, to put this here and to take this out, we do the algorithm 3 times. 1, 2, 3. And then what got pushed out, which is the yellow, green, and red. So we turn to the yellow, green, and red slot, which is here. And then we do the algorithm again. Here is yellow, blue, and orange, so we turn to yellow, blue, and orange, and then we do the algorithm 3 times. And there you go, we're solved. So that's basically what you do on a Megaminx. So we just put an unsolved corner here. We do the algorithm 3 times. Now we look here, see what's here, gray, obviously, but we have green and orange, so we turn to the green and orange slot, and then we do this algorithm 3 times, and then it gets inserted there. So now we have the gray, orange, and light blue. So we have gray, orange, light blue. And now we have gray, tan, and light blue. So we have gray, tan, light blue. We just do the algorithm 3 times, and then we just do that, and now we are back to solved. So if you have any questions, just leave them in the comments below. And again, just watch my tutorial, because a lot of your questions will probably be answered if you just go look at the 3x3 tutorial, because I do explain a lot of the concepts on here, because these are actually pretty similar puzzles. But if you have any other questions, just leave them in the comments below, and I'll try to answer them. Alright, see you next time.